So, hello and welcome to Animals Labs. We are on with Orion. We're going to do the last in our series of dungeon walkthroughs in the Ice Golem. So hello, Orion.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Cool. So we're on with your account. And
Wow, look at that beautiful stun setup that Archmage did for us.
yeah, perfect. And it's actually quite topical as well. If you look at you've got the two dogs who are both stunned in this fortunate case. These are the big ones to worry about in Ice Golem. They have reflect damage, which they put on across the entire wave, which can end up with some of your nukers killing themselves. So we got quite fortunate in this particular regard. Otherwise, they're the ones that you focus down first, and it's like any other standard wave in a dungeon.
And this is just full auto. I'm not telling the AI to attack anyone in particular. If I would be, I think they're terror beasts, right?
Could be, yeah.
Killing the dogs. There's another stun, keep them staying stunned.
I mean, which is why we put Seal of the Drakes and Archmage Helmet in. We got a little bit fortunate in our defense down champion, which you might not always use as your defense champion. It also has a provoke, which makes things easier.
And there's a number of AoE defense down, attack down champions out there. So it's not just Duck. You've got your Stag Knight, you've got your Tyrell, you've got what is it? There's a new Shadowkin, I think that does that. If you did the Herndig, you get defense down and weaken and decrease accuracy, which could be beneficial as well. I mean, there's a lot of champions that can take that role of Duck that's in here.
Yes,
I
indeed.
don't use Duck that often because I have champions like Herndig. Um, so it's kind of cool to see. See, where I wish we could control the AI is to take the guy on the right down first.
You can click him with the red. You right click over him, you'll get the little red symbol on
But let's be honest, I don't look at the screen when I run Ice Golem.
it. You want to put it back on 2x just so we speed it up. We can go through one of the bonuses we have here. Um, we should probably go through the mechanics actually. So if you take it off auto for just a second, this is the ice column. Along the top, as you can see with all bosses, he's got a couple of passives. The first one, if you would kindly hold your mouse over it, Ryan, which is the same that all bosses have, where they're immune to hard CC. Okay? You wouldn't be wanting to stun the boss, which would be amazingly fun for us, but not for the actual game. The next one along, so his whenever Crisis is his name, oddly enough, um, he will revive his teammates whenever he drops below 80, 60, 45, 30, and 15%. This sort of attack has a 20% chance of freezing. If one ally is alive, it's 50% defense ignored. If both are alive, it's 100%. And he also places freeze, which goes up by 40%. So if both allies are alive, it's 80%. Got the 4-turn cooldown where he just attacks you all, places decreased accuracy on you, which can be a pain if you're trying to land debuffs. And then his basic A1, which he uses whenever he triggers his percentage, also attacks all enemies. They're fairly standard boss. The minions on either side do two different things. One of them places a decreased defense on you, which is the one that we've put down, and the one that's still alive, he puts heal reduction on you, which can be pain if you're trying to heal through. So, for example, there you see from Seal's passive, our Duck the Piss is not gaining any health. Fortunately, he's got an unkillable up. But this is basically the nature of the fight. Anything to add,
Love to
Orion?
see the slam.
Hmm?
About to see what everyone calls the slam.
Yeah,
It's frosting.
the choice.
So not bad on damage because I had that decrease attack up.
Yeah, which is one of the reasons I like Duck the Pissed, because he can do an AoE decrease attack. I have seen, Tyrell, if you argue him in the right way, he can do the same thing.
And the reason that I'm also running Dark Ethel is that when he freezes, she'll do her A2, take it off cooldown and just proc it, which is good damage when you build her, crit damage gloves with 100%. Well, I don't even do 100% crit with her because she gives increased crit rate, I think. Or I just didn't bother.
Yeah, it's a nice use of. I've not thought to use it like that.
Well, I built her because I got tired of torment comps.
Either love them or hate them, my friend.
Yeah. I mean, you've got the torment, I've got the hedgie. We ended up joining the meta that everyone hates. Pretty good that I put Duck in the lead because he keeps on getting that uh, heal reduction, and he's built pure defense with crit rate gloves, so he's got fairly decent defense. He's over 3,000, I'm sure.
So one of the things we've done here, as you can see, is we have 4 magic champions, which is the strong affinity, and then we have a neutral champion, which is our Grush, who's actually helping with his leech, is helping us keep all of our champions topped up nice and healthy. So even after the slam, you don't take a lot of damage. Then what he can do, it means that we don't have like a force weak champion who would be taking a load of the damage from both the waves and these minions.
And getting those strong hits from the slam, which will just,
Yeah,
even with decreased attack and was that decreased crit rate, it's still gonna just almost one shot him.
yeah, especially if both of the minions are up.
Kind of glad that I didn't actually put Tanix in here because I was wanting to put her in here since she is one of the guaranteed champions for everyone.
Yeah,
But the fact that she takes damage from everybody else, plus the damage that she's taking, she'd probably be dead every single slam.
yeah,
Plus,
yeah.
with Archmage and Syl, the waves, I think, barely touched me.
Have you got your Sil in a stun set, or is she in someone else?
I do Relentless.
It's one or the other, always is, right? I mean,
Yeah.
if you're lower down and you don't have a good relentless set, stun set's probably the most reliable on her. If you are fortunate enough to have a really good relentless set, you can't really go wrong placing it on her. Anything that's got that passive where you can trigger multiple different times, Doom Priest, for example, fill them out with that relentless. It's,
This isn't horribly slow. I mean, what's crazy is that I could do 21 faster with one champion and four foods.
do you want to show that to them just so you can see that that can be done? I know it's not like the free to play that we're aiming for, but it is an interesting.
Especially since in a couple of days we're about to, or I think tomorrow, we have the Ice Golem tournament coming up for the fragments.
Yeah.
I'm I'm just going to be leveling up food, collecting stuff, and everyone hates on Ice Golem drops. I don't
Okay.
because if you're seeing how things are progressing, because the gearing up champions, your options are starting to become more apparent, or more beneficial. Like, so let's just like life set, yeah, not so great, but could have its benefit. Offense set, I know not everyone's a fan of it because it's just an attack 15%, good substats and you got a pair of those, you're increasing your attack up more. Same thing with defense. Put that on a Valk or a Brago. Uh, Crit rate set. I like the crit rate set. It helps me run crit damage gloves. Resistance set. I love that on hard Doom Tower.
Yeah, two pieces is
Retaliation,
amazing in Doom Tower for sure.
retaliation. I'm currently farming for a couple of ideas I have for clan boss because champions like Venus, I think retaliation would be more beneficial than um, relentless because I want more A1 procs than
Yep.
I want her going back and overriding all of her other skills. Reflex is amazing.
Yeah.
Cursed, I see it as beginner level, and I could see being used against Nether Spider if you don't have any other choice. And then taunting is another set that I'm actually farming for arena. For a champion like blah blah thinking English Coronar. Wanting to put it on Coronar
Okay, with his
just be keep
his
people constantly CC.
yeah, because he's constantly using AoE abilities that hit the whole team.
So let's just put in. Okay, so Beck, I watched a video. I tried to build him as close as I can. So speed, it's not the most speed that I want, but it works. At 247, resistance at 346, accuracy at 226. Accuracy at over 210 was the goal. Uh, debuff resistance, I was looking for over 320 because that's about normal. The other place that he wins is going down this weird looking support tree that I did. Some of the key aspects to it
Hmm.
is increased speed for each enemy killed, stacks all around, increased damage for each enemy killed, uh, increased damage for each dead ally, increased speed for each dead ally, uh, increased turn meter when a buff cast by this champion is removed or expires, and increased turn meter fill rate by 2.5 for each active debuff cast by this champion.
It's all about gaining
So,
loads of speed then.
yeah, so it's about gaining speed, and actually increasing damage. But I love this on this affinity. So this is where he's actually pro affinity. So he'll never get strong hit.
So we're
He'll
doing
never get a
stage
weak hit.
21 here, just so people are aware.
Yep. And I'm putting 4 foods for his masteries because I actually want my allies to die. And it's funny to watch this. I could do it on 20, but I have to put in someone along with him um, that doesn't hit as hard. Like I can run Aox alongside him
Yeah.
to get more poisons out faster. And that's where we're actually going to see the mechanics of this. As you see, he's not hitting hard with his A1. He's not supposed to hit hard with his A1. And that's where when we get to the boss, this is just wow.
Yeah, so this is the reason this works is because you're what preventing him from slamming you, so to speak,
Yes, so poison ticks do not trigger Frost Nova.
which is the name of his slam.
Hmm 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 hmm
Very
And
nice.
below his damage is, it's rare to actually see the slam occur from his A1 hitting him. But because of the gearing and the nature of Bad El Khazar, he survives through the slam anyway. And a lot of the time it might be a weak hit because we're pro affinity. And look at these poor little seekers. Weak hit, weak hit.
Yeah, they slightly go
His
down with the poisons. It looks like that.
I did not do a reflex set. To do this build, I actually did perception sets.
Okay.
Um, and I did resistance banner with speed. Um, the necklace has accuracy and resistance.
Yeah.
It's an HP percent necklace, um, and I believe I had the double roll on the resistance on it. Most of the gear has resistance with, I think one piece might have a double roll on accuracy. So this is good gear. Like
Yeah.
3 months ago, I don't know if I would have been able to pull this off.
I mean, I'm not sure most can, but it's nice to aim at, especially if you've got Beck. You can just see what adding one of them can do. Do that.
And this is so insane. We're 2 minutes into it. The boss is basically dead. He's not done Frost Nova once.
Or revived his allies.
Nope. And boom.
So a nice run. Get some experience on there, just a little bit, cut 5 or so levels. What do you run on 25 out of interest?
I would run back again. Um,
Are we using
I'll run Lydia because I love her. She's the most amazing champion that there is.
or using
I,
Sil? Uh, Free to play status, you know?
I could do
Okay.
that.
It's full on.
It's cheap.
So,
I could also run Phoenix. I have a Phoenix built, but
okay. Well, we may
he's
as well
counter affinity.
you may as well explain why you were thinking Phoenix or Rotus in these situations, or I believe Armiger has the same effect, right?
And Armiger has the same effect, and Lydia on a turn base has the same effect. And that's because when the Ice Golem does his Frost Nova Slam, he revives the two other champions. So that's one benefit of having Lydia in there is that she has that 7 turn passive where she'll block a revive. The reason that you would run Phoenix is that all of his attacks do block revive. And then the reason to run Rotos is his A3 does block revive. Armiger has a block revive. So if there's a few decent block revive champions out there. Now I'm not running massive AoE damage on this because I like reliable wins versus unreliable wins.
Mm-hmm.
I could do this with a counterattack, an ally attack, um, and Zavia, and I would say probably 60% of the time clear it no problem. Probably clear it under 2 minutes. But because of the nature of those comps, that Frost Nova can just destroy me.
Yeah. Yeah, which is one of the reasons we're not on my account because my comp is like a 40% effectiveness on 25 because I've been like all Septimus is, just nuke, 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 nuke and pray we live.
And I don't run 25. I run 21 for the farming.
Yeah.
Um, get fair enough decent drops. Goes through, just a little bit over 2 minutes, under 3 minutes. 20 I can actually do pretty fast because I do Seer and Royal Guard.
Yep.
Mm. 25 on Ice Golem because I am just playing around with the gear. The energy to benefit ratio isn't high enough for me now. I'm getting to the point where the this niche gear is actually becoming more and more useful, and I might run it more. But I don't know. See, right now he did block revive on him. We're about to get a slam.
Yeah, so he doesn't get back up and then Lydia denies the other one.
Yep. And then when he does get back up, one of these Rhodoses will do it. I mean, I can actually do this with Scylla the Drakes and 3 Rhodos or 2 Rhodos. and it'll clear it in actually near the same amount of time.
Obviously, yeah, the others are
Everyone's
just there.
block revived. But I don't have a decrease attack. That was a bad mistake for me. Ah, I remember. I started instead of Beck, I was using Ursaga.
Okay. And that could have been Duck the Pierce, for example. He would have worked. Tank enough. Um, you know.
But I like Ursaga.
Not everyone is as fortunate as you are to have these rogues as his are just near unkillable.
Well, a lot of people don't even realize how useful she really is.
Yeah. Any comments left out to finish it off, or
Let's just see what the ninja brings in.
yeah? So we found out some news today that one of the big streamers, Ninja, is giving his own legendary for 3 months free. My concern is that yeah, and promo code just Ninja, which gives you some nice things. Check those out. Very worth doing. I'm wondering if it's three for the first 3 months, or is it you only get to use him for 3 months? That one doesn't sound. I don't see how they could do that latter one without
What it
causing.
makes sense is that they're giving him away to every account for free for 3 months. After 3 months, he's not gonna be a freebie champion.
Will you get to keep him, right?
Yes, you'll. I mean, never heard of Raid giving a champion and then taking them away.
Yeah, because they would. If you start putting legendary books into those champions, and then it gets a bit like, can you imagine? However, we'll wait to see. I'll definitely do a review on him once we see his skills. Uh, and I guess from Animals Labs, do you want to do the
Like,
exit?
comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your sister, tell your clan. Come to 222 and chat with us. But make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe.
Really appreciate it, mate. It's nice to catch up with you. And until next
Peace
time,
out.
take care.